This is the car McLaren needed to get right. And there's one engineering decision in it that tells you everything about where the brand is heading. After quite a long time without a new model and a billion-pound financial rescue, McLaren just revealed what I think is the most important car they've made since the 720s, the 788HS. And I'll be honest, I think they nailed it. Debuting at the Goodwood Festival of Speed 2026 alongside the dynamic debut of the W1, the 788HS isn't just another special edition. It's the final evolution of the 720s platform, the lineage that gave us the 720s, the 765LT, and the 750s. This is McLaren's way of saying goodbye to that era. And if you're a McLaren fan, like me, who's felt that some of their recent cars have been a miss, this one feels like a major hit. These Spiders, exact specification through McLaren's Special Operations MSO. HS stands for High Sport, and it's not just a badge. In McLaren's world, it's always been reserved for the most extreme version of their V8 supercar range. The model you build right before you start over with the next generation. The first was the MP412HS, built by McLaren Special Operations with just 5 units initially, later expanded to 10 due to demand. Then came the MSO-HS, based on the 650CS platform and taking cues from the legendary 675LT, limited to 25 units. Now we have the 788HS, and at 100 coupes plus 100 spiders, it's the most accessible HS ever. Though accessible is relative, when every single one goes to a hand-picked customer. Starting at the front, the changes are immediately obvious. The splitter is completely redesigned, much sharper than the 765LT. The air intakes are larger, and there's a much more pronounced S-duct running through the bonnet, which, despite being quite big, still preserves enough luggage space to be usable, so you can go on a trip with it. The new front end improves airflow around the car, increases front-end downforce, and provides better cooling to the uprated brakes and radiators. The signature McLaren LED headlights remain, and I think they've done a great job preserving the car's identity while making it look noticeably more aggressive than the 765L. Came out in 2017. One of its defining design choices was the lack of conventional giant air vents on the side. Every competitor had massive scoops and gills, and McLaren just said no. That clean side profile gave it a look that was completely unique, and the 788HS respects that philosophy. But there's one detail on the side of this car that most people are going to completely miss. The extended side skirts work together with the front splitter and the new rear diffuser to manage airflow underneath the car. The body is dominated by exposed carbon fiber, and for the first time on this platform, McLaren is offering a full carbon fiber body option. At a dry weight of just 1,265 kilograms, this is the lightest and most powerful car in the entire 720s lineage. And that matters more than the power figure. Every kilogram you remove improves braking, turn-in, acceleration, and tire wear simultaneously. Power only helps you in a straight line. Less weight helps you everywhere. One of my favorite details, the wheels. Lightweight multi-spoke forged wheels with center locks, reducing unsprung mass. And behind them sit carbon ceramic brake discs taken directly from the McLaren Senna. When McLaren borrows braking hardware from a car named after Ayrton Senna, you know they're serious about stopping power. At the rear is where the 788HS gets dramatic. All HS coupes come with a fixed roof scoop and this massive active rear wing, and that wing is the defining visual element of any HS model. It's significantly taller than the 750's wing, and it's designed to provide maximum downforce while keeping the underside of the wing completely unobstructed. Now, this does come with a trade-off. Top speed drops to 205 miles per hour compared to the 720's 212. But that's a deliberate choice. McLaren is chasing lap times here, not top speed bragging rights. And that's the direction performance cars are heading. Below the wing, the redesigned engine cover has larger cooling vents, and the centerpiece is this beautifully crafted quad exhaust system. Combined with the F1-style rear diffuser, the biggest McLaren has ever fitted to a 720s generation car, the whole rear end works together to accelerate airflow beneath the car, generating additional downforce through ground effect. McLaren claims 10% more downforce than the 765LT, That doesn't sound like much on paper, but McLaren is quick to point out that they can actually prove it. Inside, it's unmistakably McLaren. The cabin follows their minimalist, driver-focused philosophy, full of Alcantara, exposed carbon fiber, lightweight bucket seats borrowed from the Senna, and the instrument binnacle carried over from the 750S. Every detail is positioned to keep your attention on the road. There's no massive infotainment screen trying to be a tablet. No unnecessary modes or gimmicks. This is a car that tells you exactly what it is the moment you sit in it. A driving machine. And in a world where even supercars are getting cluttered with screens and settings, I find that refreshing. Under the rear deck sits the twin-turbocharged 4-liter V8, producing 788 PS. That's 777 brake horsepower, pulling at miles per roast hour. But here's what I think is the last true, non-hybrid McLaren. The next generation is coming with hybrid powertrains and a completely new platform. So the 788HS isn't just the best V8 McLaren after the 6.5 LT, the Senna, and the 765 LT, the pure one. That changes how you think about this car entirely. It's not just a performance machine, it's the send-off to a great layout. The hydraulic suspension, McLaren's signature system that replaces conventional anti-roll bars, has been specifically tuned for the HS. Combined with rear-wheel drive and the most advanced aerodynamic package in the 720s family's history, the focus is on improving lap times through less weight, more downforce, and sharper chassis response. Ferrari has gone fully hybrid. Lamborghini has a plug-in Revuelto and Temerario. Porsche is clinging to the naturally aspirated flat six. But McLaren did something none of them could do. They built one last pure twin-turbo V8 supercar and said that's enough. No electric motors, no batteries, no apologies. If you weren't lucky enough to secure one of the 100 coupes, there's also the 788HS Spider. Same performance, same specification level with the open-top experience. In total, just 200 of these will exist worldwide, allocated to McLaren's closest and most loyal customer. And I'll say this, I hope these owners take them out of the garage, drive them hard as they are intended to be. These cars are meant for track days and curved mountain roads, not climate-controlled garages. Don't be a garage queen about it. McLaren built this car to be used. The McLaren 788HS is an amazing send-off to the V8 combustion McLaren era. It represents everything a modern, track-focused McLaren should be, without the complexity and compromises of a hybrid system. For someone who's been a McLaren fan for years, who's watched some of their recent decisions and wondered where the brand was heading, this car is reassuring. Alongside the W1, I think McLaren is in a stronger position than they've been in a long time. Would I buy one if I was one of the lucky 200 customers? Without hesitation. Not because it's the fastest, but because it might be the last car of its kind. 10 years from now, when every supercar on the road has a battery and a plug, people are going to look back at the 788HS and say, that was the one. That was the moment the old era ended on its own terms. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe. I cover cars and tech like this every week.